I am Anusha and this is Tomato Blues. Today we are making Thai red curry and jasmine rice in one go using the Instant Pot. This is an absolutely fabulous meal combination that's worth having on your weekly meal plans. I'm not going to talk a lot about the ingredients or the method here today, but I want to share a few things that I have learned about ingredients and spices that we use in Asian cooking and sourcing them here in Germany. Someone like me who lived in Singapore, paying 3 or 4 euros for a couple of lemongrass stalks and kaffir lime leaves felt like daylight robbery after I moved to Europe. But there is a workaround. I source my lemongrass and kaffir lime leaves along with galangal from Asian stores, chop them up and put them in the freezer. They freeze really well and keep well for about 6 months. The best part, the flavor remains uncompromised. So that's a win. The next best alternative would be to buy them canned. They come in these small little jars. They are ground and they are preserved using preservatives like vinegar. There is a slight change in the flavor profile and in the aromatics and everything. They also tend to be a little more expensive, but if you cannot source them fresh, then this helps. I would recommend freezing the ground paste too, because in the last 6 or 7 months, I have observed that these little jars of ground spices or ground herbs tend to become a little moldy if you do not handle them properly. If you do not store them right, if you're not using a clean spoon and such things. The moment someone mentions Thai curry, it's natural to think of the sauce or the curry paste that we need to make these curries, and it is quite impractical to make it from scratch, especially if you're living outside Asia, because it's expensive, it's exhaustive, right? So that's where we have to start looking for shortcuts, and the jarred or the canned curry sauces that we get here in Rewe or in Lidl or in Edeka are amazing. For example, the one that I used over here for this particular recipe is just called the Thai curry zosa. I sourced it from Rewe, but I have found similar ones in Edeka and Aldi as well. The only catch here is that it tends to be a little bland in the sense that it is not so spicy or pungent like how it normally is back in Asia. So you will have to do a little bit of tweaks to make it work for your palate. That's where comes the addition of chili sauce or some ground spices, the works. For me, a jar of curry sauce plus a kick of sambal paste or any chili sauce that you have on hand is a perfect balance of spice and pungence that one normally would expect in a Thai curry. And as always, Thai curry is almost always equal to having a coconutty base, right? Which is like the coconut milk. And Aktung, we need coconut milk and not coconut cream. I find the 200 ml cartons that we get here pretty much everywhere very handy and convenient. You only require that much to make a portion of curry and they're brilliant. There are no leftovers, in goes everything and you're done. Fiatic. For this particular recipe, I used the low-fat coconut milk, but you could also use the normal coconut milk if you prefer a richer, creamier version. Coming to the jasmine rice, again, I bought it from Rewe. It's just the locally sourced jasmine rice, and that's about it. I will add the remaining details and the nitty-gritty in my blog post, so please be sure. It would be really nice if you can go to my blog and check out the whole recipe. That's about it. So there is Thai red curry, some vadagam for crunch because I'm South Indian, and jasmine rice. I hope you all love this recipe or this meal combination. We'll see you all soon in another video. Till then, bye-bye.